Hey guys, Mike here. So we're never going to talk about whether Bitcoin has bottomed or not, or whether we're about to test another major support level. And we're going to go through the charts and the data that shows whether that's true or not. And then we're going to go through the charts that show some very hot coins right now, what is happening in some major cryptos as well. And then we're going to go over the data that really shows to me that, this bull cycle is still alive, and, I'm a believer that it is going to happen, whether or not, whether we're hitting 73,000 or 100K or whatever it is by the end of December or first month of the first quarter next year. I think I got to believe in this data as long as that's what it's telling me. And so that's what I'm doing. And so let's go ahead, and if you get anything out of this, hit the like, subscribe button. I really appreciate that. And try to share the video if you can. I appreciate that as well. Let's go ahead and get into, the charts first, and then we'll go into the data and what it's telling us. And we'll start with Bitcoin's chart, and you can see it's pretty much just been consolidating in the same range since last week's video. And the big question everybody has is whether or not we're going to test the support level of 53,800-ish, and that'll be the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level. And so, again, if we break that, it's going to most likely be a big drop down. I think the consensus is, though, if we do test it, it will most likely bounce off of it. But the good news is when you look at the stochastic RSI and we're this oversold, usually we get a move up. But a couple things that might stop that from actually happening are, the revived supply of Bitcoin that have not been sold in over 5 years. I showed you this last week. And if you look to the right over there, it continues to move up. Like I said, when you see these really dramatic moves up like this, you normally see a price drop in Bitcoin, and as it reverses, that's when you'll see the price increase. And right now it is not reversing on the 14-day. On the 7-day it actually is, so that actually is good news. So you should see this start to turn soon, hopefully. And the other thing that can weigh on Bitcoin's price is the cryptocurrency exchange that actually collapsed about 7 years ago called Mt. Gox. And a trustee confirmed last week that 141,000 Bitcoin, or 8 billion worth, under custody would soon be distributed among those impacted by that fiasco. And data from blockchain market intelligence firm Glassnode suggests that more than 3/4 of the 18.8 million Bitcoin in circulation are actually illiquid. This means that Mt. Gox coins represent more than 3% of the 4.2 million Bitcoins in constant circulation, which means if these people receive Bitcoin and massively start to sell off, then that could absolutely drive the price down even further. And looking at some coins that are doing really well, anything that's got to do with metaverse now is actually doing, and then going on to the charts, of some of the coins that are doing well. You look at Sand and Engine. I mean, anything to do with metaverse, they are booming right now, as you can see, up over 30%. Maddox had a really big day today. They're up over 14% since the 19th of November. Ethereum's up about 8.5%. Litecoin's about 4.65%. If we pull it into the day, you can see double digits for Maddox, Engine, and Sand. And Ethereum not doing too bad. And another coin that's having a good day is Harmony One, 46% in the last 4 days. And I'm putting the video down in the bottom of the description down there from the Crypto Bureau. They did one today on Harmony One, and the price target is around 50 cents by year end, they think. And so it's something you can look at if you're into that. But in the short term, I do expect a small pullback in this. As you can see on the hourly stochastic RSI that it is overbought right now. And usually get a slight pullback when this happens. The other one is Crypto.com. This one's been on absolute fire. We're up a whopping 78% in the last 4 days. And of course, this comes off a big marketing push by them, where of course they are spending over $700 million to rename the Staples Center, which is the Lakers arena, the Crypto.com Center. And again, looking at this one, obviously overbought on the stochastic RSI. So you'll probably get a small pullback coming up soon, and then it could just continue to go parabolic. And so as you can see, the crypto market is alive and well when it comes to metaverse. Obviously, that is a big one right now. And then, you got Crypto.com, CRO is the ticker symbol. That one right there, they're on a major marketing push right now, and it works. And, these cryptos go parabolic when that happens. Again, I'll put the video down there in the bottom. From Coin Bureau, they put out today on Harmony One, and it was a really good video. You guys said you want me to share stuff like that with you in these updates and stuff like that. So, I own a small position in that one. I think I got in at 12 cents or something like that. So I'm enjoying that move up. And so, again, those other events I talk about, they could happen. They could weigh on the Bitcoin, Bitcoin's price. That could happen. Who knows? And we could test, 53,600. I think so. Support level. There's a lot of support there. And I think a lot of people just expect us to, bounce off of it and stuff. But the news or the data that I look at that leads me to believe that this market will continue to, once it starts to go on a run again, we'll either go in the end of December or first quarter of next year. I think that's the biggest debate out there, and nobody really knows. But the reason why I think obviously Bitcoin and after that altcoin season will happen is just because data like this right here. And in the short term, for me, it's always looking at the fear and greed index. I'll put this link down the bottom for you guys so you can save it and start tracking it yourself. But the major sell-offs happen when we're too greedy. Then we finally start finding bottoms when you get that fear and greed index down. You can see it's absolutely plummeted right now. And on this site, if you look at it, you can see the top 10 coins. You can look at the the shakers and movers right here. Amps up big time. There's SAN, there's CRO. And so you got a lot of big movers. And of course, another big thing for Bitcoin is the number of accumulation addresses. You can see it absolutely skyrocketed since March 21. And of course, when that happens, the price is going to go up with it, which is exactly what's happened here. And then of course, miners are starting to accumulate Bitcoin again. And you can see when they accumulate, usually you get a price goes up. When they do not accumulate and they start to sell, price goes down. And you can see right there in the right-hand corner over there, they're just starting the accumulation phase again. And of course for ETH, it's simple supply and demand, right? These are ETH balances on exchanges. As the ETH balances have decreased that are on exchanges, which means people are taking them off the exchanges. I've even read up to, 86% of ETH has been taken off exchanges. The price just goes up. And again, it's simple supply and demand. Unless you have something, the more valuable it is. The more you have of something, the less valuable it is. So that's kind of the way to think about it. And with Ethereum, again, I can't find the exact number, but I've read so many different sources that it is the vast majority of Ethereum is not on the exchanges. And so that right there is one thing you will see that will push these cryptos up, especially Ethereum, once they start to go on these runs. And so I gotta look at that data and say, okay, and there's a lot of data out there. Trust me, you gotta filter through a lot of data. But looking at that kind of stuff, just to kind of keep it simple as possible, because there's a lot of complicated different metrics you can look at as well. But just looking at finally the fear and greed index is down. People are scared. That's usually the best time to actually buy. I'm not telling you to do that. All right, but I have my limit orders I've set. I do believe we're going to test at the 53,600. And so we're somewhere in that neighborhood. And so I actually lowered the orders I put in just in case we do. But I got levels I'm confident in when I'm making the purchases or when I'm setting my limit orders and stuff. Most of my limit orders get filled between the hours of 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. when I'm sleeping, obviously most of the time. But, I think we're going to start moving up here. Probably the next week or two, we'll see. We might just start moving up now and not test the 53,600. And a lot of people want to test it. That way we can just bounce off of it and move up if that's what the case is. Again, if we break that support level, yeah, it's going to be, who knows where we're going from there, but it's not really good. So we'll have to see. But until then, again, I just don't even stress about it. I'm not worried about it. I'm actually glad to see people getting shaken out of the market. That's always a good thing when you get the paper hands out. And, securing profit is always a good thing too. Another thing is, if you're not going to get in this one, as I saw this in comments last time saying, should we buy in now? Should we buy in now? Even if you don't feel confident about buying into this one, and you're new to cryptos, is what this whole video is supposed to be for. These are the people I want to reach. There's plenty of crypto channels. All they do is crypto all day for the expert, investors in crypto. But paper trade it. So then get a notebook. Try to come up with a plan. Try to set your levels and try to research which projects you're into. And if you want to keep it simple, just go with Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's the best way to keep it simple because let's face it, cryptos, it's not going anywhere. It may start getting regulated and everything else, but it's too ingrained now. It's not going anywhere. And when the gains you can make, it's just, it's kind of crazy. And those gains get smaller and smaller. But if you catch it at the right time and start learning the cycles and doing your research, you can set yourself up for the next cycle maybe. I mean, that's the way I would look at it. If I wouldn't invest at all right now and start coming up with a game plan, not only the investment strategy, but the exit strategy, all that stuff, you know. And so that's just me. Just want to put that out there to you. If you got anything out of it, hit the like, subscribe button for me. I really appreciate that. If you do want to start investing and earn a little passive income, you can hit that link down there in the bottom. Sign up for a BlockFi account to earn 9% on your stable coins, 9.5% on your Tether, and 4 to 5% on your other cryptocurrency, as well as earn the 1.5% back on Bitcoin for every purchase you make on that credit card, guys. I will see you later.